Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back to iAllegedly. I've got a good one for you today because I have a question. And the question is, what are you giving up right now? What are you giving up? These difficult financial times, how are you changing your spending? I have so many examples of this right now. Please like this video. Please share the video, hit the subscribe button, join our email list because we have a big one coming out for the end of the month. And you don't want to miss that. It's in the video description below. But let's get right into it. I keep getting things sent to me about during these tough economic times how people are changing their spending dramatically right now. And they're going without and they're giving up things to, just to survive, whether it's certain luxuries, whether it's places to go out and eat, a little bit of everything. And during the Great Depression, there was something called the lipstick effect. And what the lipstick effect is in economics is you spend a little bit of money to to make yourself happy. Instead of having big luxuries, you have little luxuries. So a woman would buy something like lipstick and it would make her look better, feel better, and just enjoy herself and during tough economic times. They say that this is happening right now, that people are going without. Now, the obvious, people are going without buying houses right now. People are trading down. People are not living in big locations, big houses, big rental units. What can we do without when it comes to our home right now? I am telling you right now, there are tremendous deals in real estate around the entire country right now. And the one thing that you have to do is you have to be patient and you have to look. And just like these cars, the Enterprise car situation, Enterprise has millions of cars for sale, guys, 2.3 to be exact. And if you look at these cars and you go there, some locations have good inventory, some do not, but people are getting insane deals out there. They're just nuts right there. But that takes an effort. That is difficult to go out and to do that. Now, people are putting off having children because I'm telling you, the one expense in my life that I never planned on was kids and how expensive kids were. And I get a kick out of people that give financial advice that have never been married and never had children. I think it's funny because they don't know what life is without that. Now, I'm not ripping on people that don't have kids. I'm just talking about how, I mean, God, it was expensive to have children. And it was one of those things that, the advice that my mother said, which stuck with me, and I've told other people, if you plan on it, you're never going to do it because you just need to do it and make it work. And we did, and it worked. And my kids are adults now and they're successful individuals. But man, oh man, oh man, was it never ending expense. And it would always come at the worst times. So we're seeing this right now. And it is crazy what people are giving up. And, you know, with this lipstick effect, people are trying to get a psychological boost right now because it is tough. People are getting messed with their jobs. People are getting clients that only want to pay them half. We're getting all the shenanigans. It is happening in every single industry. And I'm telling you this, guys, right now, please listen to this again because it will make sense. When people try to cut your pay or they try to slow pay you or they owe you money and they come up with excuses, everybody thinks that they invented that. Those have been around since the dawn of man. And I thought I invented some of this stuff when I was dead broke. And yeah, tell them you mailed the check on Thursday and you'll put it in Monday night so they'll get it Tuesday. And yeah, see, you got it. And again, everybody does this. But that's what you're seeing right now. You're seeing games being played with people. And, you know, it's not just luxury spending, it's spending on everything. People are doing something called buying down right now, where they are spending less money at the store. And I'm telling you guys, the Kirkland brand, with Costco, with different products and different alcohol and things like that, there's great videos here on YouTube where people compare the products that are at Kirkland, and they're made by the Kirkland products are made by the same national manufacturer that box the stuff that you're paying, 25% more for. So look at things like this. Look at ways to save money on things like that because you're not the only one doing this right now. It's happening all over. You know, dining out is a luxury right now. Let's face it, it's so expensive. And the thing about dining out that's driving me crazy right now is the portion sizes and what you get. The experience is not what it used to be. One of my favorite Chinese restaurants, it's like the food size is half on their lunch menu, and I'm like, well, you guys didn't raise your price. You cut your price. You know, you think you didn't raise your price, but you basically doubled the price of the product. People are cutting out all the streaming services. I know so many people that do not have a cable package, that don't have anything. Now, you can get Pluto TV and Tubi and all this other stuff, and they are absolutely free right now. And the one thing that people don't realize is that, you know, these streaming services are getting better and better and better, and they're giving you live news from ABC, CBS, and all this stuff, but you spend no money on that stuff. Now, I don't recommend that. They're not sponsors or anything like that, but they're just great services. Now, when I'm in the middle of nowhere and all I have is internet, the advantage to this is that you can use things like that. And if you had to get news and your phone wasn't working, it'd be surprising how many times you can get cool things like that. You know, you know, high-end fashion is taking a hit right now, all over the place, and it's not just you. It's everybody. All these luxury brands are not seeing the sales that they used to see. You know, experiences. You know, my daughter went to Comic-Con this weekend for her work, and she said, "Dad, it was crazy. All the major brands are not here." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Well, it's LA Comic-Con. It's like Comic-Con's, you know, weak stepbrother. And you don't have Netflix, you don't have all these different streaming companies that are not there. They're just not, they just don't represent. Why spend the money on a smaller show?" So the consumer is like, well, wait a second, why should I go to this show if I'm not getting the best of everything that I'm paying for? So so many people have talked to me about amusement parks and how expensive they are. Disneyland here is outrageous. It just is. And there used to be tricks to save money. You know, you'd go park at the parking structure, go to downtown Disney, buy food at a restaurant. They would comp your parking for 6 hours. They got onto all that stuff. So now, you know, $40 parking is, you know, realistic. It's crazy right now. So, you know, let us know. What are you cutting back on right now? What are you cutting back on? I am telling you this right now. If you want to buy a used car right now or equipment, it is unbelievable how cheap it is right now. It just really is. If you do your homework, man, oh man, oh man, there is just so much out there right now. And tools, you know, heavy equipment, motorcycles, ATVs, the the sea-doos, the jet skis, all that stuff, boats. They're just tremendous deals on all that stuff, because with that stuff comes insurance. And here in California, one thing that they are pitching is, hey, we're going to allow more insurance companies in here, and it's going to improve the market. The only problem is the insurance people have said that's not going to improve the market. We're not going to lower our rates in California. California is a hellhole that could burn down again. And you're seeing, that as just a real problem. So, let me know what you think. you know Again, what are you cutting back on? What are you cutting back on? I'm telling you this right now, guys. I do a lot of events every year, and when I go and I look at them, and I'm thinking even going to Las Vegas. When I sat down and had a meeting with my accountant in the last week, he's like, do you ever sit down and look at the events that are good for the brand, for the channel? And I said, well, yeah, I've done that before. He goes, we should do it again, because if you eliminated, 25%, you would save X amount of dollars a year on an average. And he's absolutely right. It's a fortune to do this stuff, whether I fly there or I drive or whatever. But we all have to do this right now. We're all doing it right now. If you know you're going into a tough economic time and you cut back, you're ahead of the game. Absolutely ahead of the game. So let me know what you're cutting back on. Share it with everybody. There's a lot more to cover in this video. And I'm out at Eisenhower Park. It's beautiful this morning. We're supposed to get 3/4 of an inch of rain today. So more to cover. Audio. Now, there is a growing sense right now in the economy that trouble is brewing and that a storm is coming. And with that, it's all we talk about. Now, there's a great article below that talks about this and how, is there a stock market bubble? Is there going to be a crash? Is there going to be more problems in the labor market? Yes, yes to everything, I think. You're going to see problems all the way around. Now, one thing that is insane right now is that Governor Hochul, she's the governor of New York, she just announced yesterday that there's going to be refund checks, $400 a piece to 8.2 million New York families. That's $3,280,000, guys, of money that's being sent out to people. Now, does New York have they don't have a budget problem? They're basically buying everybody's vote, saying, hey, here's more money to get you through these difficult times. Now, would we all like a refund check? Of course. Would you like 400 bucks? Of course. If your family makes under 150 grand and you didn't, you're not a dependent from somebody else, you could be getting this $400 check. So let us know what you think about that. But the article is there and her press release is there too. You're going to see more shenanigans. Again, if you can get the free money, get it. I'm not saying don't get it, but I'm just saying this is not, oh my gosh, isn't it great that New York did this? No, it's ridiculous. It's so apparent what they're doing. Let me put it to you that way. But good for her, okay? Good for the people of New York that are going to get that money. 8 million households are going to get 400 bucks immediately, and also October, November. You don't even have to request it. They're just going to mail it out to you. Here's your check. Let us know if you get one too. Now, I love statistics, and I love when you get to see a graph of everything. Statista did a graph on what's going to be the most popular jobs for the next 10 years. And I thought, oh, this is pretty cool. Now, with the change of AI, you're going to see major changes as far as the job market, what college degrees are going to be important. And some people are going to take this advice. Some people are just not going to care. I got to go to college. I got to be, $150,000 in debt. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. There is a term right now called the two-speed economy. And the two-speed economy is, there's rich people and there's poor people. But the thing about this is everybody's cutting back a little differently right now. And the super rich people that have some investments, they're going to fare much better. But the poor people in the middle class, same story we've always heard, we're going to get decimated. So again, if you know this, if you prepare for this, then you can be ready for this and you can make it through it right now. But that's a great article from the Wall Street Journal. That one's below. One thing that I reached out to my mortgage broker friend and said, hey, is this true if there's a government shutdown that there would be a slowdown on mortgages? They wouldn't be able to process certain mortgages. Well, certain government mortgages wouldn't be able to be processed. So it could slow things down a little bit. I'm telling you guys, if you want to buy an electric car, you have to the end of the month, they got that $7,500 coupon. You have to have a viable contract that has a delivery date on it, and you can get your $7,500 coupon. If that is a big deal for you. The car companies are so flippin' desperate, okay? And you can change it with another F word if you want. They are so desperate that right now, one thing that we're seeing is that they are saying, here's your down payments. You can get in those cars with nothing down. So you have a contract, you can buy the car, and you can delay delivery, and you can still get your tax deduction, blah, 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 blah. Okay? I'm telling you, I don't know. It's not for me, guys. There is another cable network that handles it's called Root Sports. It handles the Seattle Mariners, who are in the playoffs, and they won the division, and they won it all. Think about it. They don't have a cable network as of next season, which is crazy to think about. So you're seeing more and more of these places that cannot survive. The Angels network used to be Bally's. Now it's FanDuel. Now it's the gambling site. My team is owned by the gambling company FanDuel. Isn't that nuts, guys? Where do you draw the line, guys? Where do you sit there and say, okay, they're not making money? ESPN has shot itself in the foot. and all these other smaller networks. And you've heard about the one out of you know, East Coast that's in trouble. It's just more and more and more of these that are happening. So, you know, one thing that I'll end this video with, and I get a kick out of this right now, and that is um, you have a lot of counterfeit. And during bad economic times, people write bad checks, people steal, people return things, people try to steal things and return things, which the retailers are getting smarter and smarter and smarter on this stuff. One thing that we're seeing is that in Gloucester Township in New Jersey, businesses are getting, you know, stacks and stacks of fake $100 bills. One thing that is crazy is that you can buy movie money, movie prop money. And I just did, hey, give me 100 grand. Well, 100 grand is $149, Dan. And you can get a fake $100,000 that looks real. And if you read this stuff, it says, listen, you know, ours is, you know, to the touch, and ours looks like it's worn. And the idea with this is it says for motion picture use only. But if somebody is an imbecile or they're in a dark bar and you give them 100, usually what people do is they give one real $100 bill and then you have a fake $100 bill with it. So, you know, just do it over and over again. There's a lot of criminals that would talk about how they would go buy gift cards with the fake money and then cash the gift cards. But this is a real problem. Again, look at the money, guys. Look at everything that you're given. Look at credit cards. Look at everything. You know, it's funny. They have all these rules now that when you take a credit card, you can't take personal information and things like that. But if something seems suspicious, guys, you don't want the charge back. You don't want to get, you know, you don't want to get stuck for your employer. You don't want to get fired for taking a bad credit card either. So I'm telling you, it's constant vigilance is what we have right now, and that's the only way to look at it. So don't forget, we have a private channel where we put content out there. Basically, it's every day. We're approaching 450 videos on the private channel. I love doing that. We're on Apple, we're on Roku, we're on Amazon, and the App Store, Google Store. I mean, it's everywhere. Okay, so check out iAllegedly Live. I love doing that, and let me know, guys. Um, you know what you guys want to see in the channel, and but let us all know, what are you giving up right now? What have you changed right now? People are giving up their, you know, their health club memberships, they're giving up golf memberships, and the thing that I'm seeing right now is you're getting coupons for places that you never got coupons for. Like, hey, buy 2 rounds of golf from us and we'll give you the third one free. Which, when it's expensive, like the golf course you guys see me walking on, that's $200 a round, guys, for somebody to play golf there. That adds up. That's insane, by the way, to play golf, you know, but that's what people are doing. So let us all know, guys, okay? Like, subscribe, email me, hello@iallegedly.com. Make good choices, and let us all know. I'm really curious. What are you guys giving up right now?